tonight's going to be another rice cooker recipe, and in my Wolfgang Puck 1.5 cup rice maker, I'm going to be making a quiche. Now the ingredients I'm going to be using is a piece of bread for the crust. I'll be using eggs. I'm going to add some tomato, fresh tomato, and I'm going to slice some ham. Use a little bit of cheese as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I've gone ahead and diced up a little bit of ham that I have all ready to go, and then I took a tomato and I've gone ahead and I've cored it out and taken the inside out so it doesn't get too wet inside of the omelet. I've sprinkled it with a little bit of salt and then let it sit upside down, and what that does is draw some of the moisture out, and it'll help keep it from making the eggs too watery. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this up, and I'm going to use this as the filling for my quiche. So the next step is to go ahead and prepare the eggs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to break 2 of these eggs individually into a small cup. That way if I get any shells in the egg, it's much easier to take them out. If I can't get them out or I really blow it, then I don't have to throw away all the eggs that are in the main bowl. So let's go ahead and get that going. So I have 1 egg. 2 eggs. Right, so the 2 eggs are in the bowl. I've washed my hands since I did touch the raw egg, and I'm going to add to that a little bit of whipping cream just to make it a little bit lighter and fluffier. Maybe about a teaspoon to a tablespoon, however you like it. And I've also added a small bit of salt. I'm going to go ahead and break up the yolk and give it a little run here. I don't particularly like my eggs too terribly whipped. I just like to break them up and then add a smidgen of aeration to it. So there I go. And then what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to add a little bit of cheese. I'm going to be using some sharp cheddar cheese today. You use whatever kind of cheddar cheese you like. Not too much. Just enough to give it a little bit of flavoring inside that egg. And I'm going to mix that up a little bit. And then go ahead and add my other ingredients. So here's the tomato and the ham that I chopped earlier. In goes the ham. In goes the tomato. And you can go ahead and add at this point anything you'd like. A little mushroom, maybe you'd like a little green onion. Alright, so there's our mixture ready to go. So we have the small insert that belongs to the rice cooker. I've gone ahead and take a piece of bread and I've buttered the one side. I'm going to turn it butter side down and sort of press it down into my rice cooker. Not too hard, just to kind of get it in there pretty nicely. So there you can see it. Turn on another light and see if that helps. There you go. And then I'm going to pour my egg mixture right over it. And this bread is going to become like the crust. So it makes it pretty easy to manage. There I go. I'm going to sprinkle just a little smidgen of cheese right along the top. And again, not too much. Let me turn it this way so you can see. I'm not over abundancing the cheese here. You want to be able to taste the whole omelet experience, not just the cheese. So we're going to go ahead and get this into the rice cooker. Put on the lid. Turn to cook. And then I'm going to come back and check this. Since this is the first time I'm actually making this in the rice cooker, I'm not sure if it's going to pop over to the warm setting. And then, well, obviously it will, but what might happen is it might not be actually cooked yet when it goes to warm. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, and if it flips to warm, I'm going to take off the lid and check it. If it's not done, put the lid back on, let it cool down a moment or two, and then press to cook again. And that's pretty much sometimes what you have to do to the rice cooker. Because once it senses that it's dry, no liquid in there, it'll automatically go to warm. So occasionally you do have to press the button again. So let's see how this works. All right, we're going to go ahead and check this. It's the 3rd time this has hit the warm. It's probably been cooking about maybe almost 20 minutes. And it does still cook when it's on the warm feature. It holds pretty good temp. Ooh, Oh, this smells good. You have to come see this. Look at that. Feels done, feels springy. We're going to pull it out and plate it, and we're going to have a look. See if we did okay here. Get you guys back where you belong. Just going to flip the whole thing over. It's the easiest way to do it. Be very careful. Everything is probably hot. Oh, my stars. Smells so good. Look at that. Nice and browned, like toasted on the other side. Look at that. Sliding around on me. We're going to cut this open and have a look. All right, it's all ready to go, and let's see how we did. Oh, crispy, crispy, crispy. Oh, I see the cheese is all gooey. Very nice. The egg is cooked. Tomato is cooked. It feels moist. It doesn't look overdone. Let's go ahead and have a taste. Get some of the crust in here. Oh, yeah. So good. Mmm. I'm going to move this out of the way. Let you guys just have a really good look at the inside of that. So good. Another winner for the Wolfgang Puck rice cooker. And I want to thank Wolfgang Puck for his suggestion, his idea there for the bread crust on the bottom here. I saw that in a presentation, so worked out great. So there you go. Wolfgang Puck rice maker quiche.